तर मित्रांनो, आज आपल्या वामन मॅटर्स या प्लॅटफॉर्मवरती आहेत तथागता घोष, ज्यांना सर्व लोक टी-जी म्हणून ओळखतात. तर मी त्यांचा खूप हार्दिक स्वागत करत आहे आणि मी आज प्रयत्न करणार आहे की म्हणजे लोकांचा वेळ वाया जाणार नाही आणि त्यांच्या आयुष्यातली क्षमता वाढेल आणि अशी जी एक प्रकारची सुंदर मुलाखत है। तो सर, आपका बहुत दिल से स्वागत करता हूँ वामन
थैंक यू
मैटर्स
सो
पे।
मच।
तो
थैंक यू सो मच रोहित।
हाँ हाँ, तो यहाँ से शुरुआत करना चाहता हूँ कि जो आपकी जो शॉर्ट फिल्म है मिस मैन करके, तो उसको बांग्लादेश के भी एक फिल्म मेकर है, उन्होंने भी उसकी तारीफ किया बहुत। और उसके बाद ऑस्कर क्वालिफाइंग शॉर्ट फिल्म एक फिल्म फेस्टिवल में भी वो गई। तो
राइट।
इसके पीछे मतलब ये जब हो रहा था आपके साथ, मतलब इतना अच्छा फ्रूट आ रहा था, आपके कर्म का फल आ रहा था, इन शॉर्ट बोलने को गए तो अब, तो आपके दिल में क्या हो गया तब? क्या दिख क्या रहा था तब? एक्साइटमेंट क्या? क्या आपके आंखों में क्या दिख रहा था और दिमाग में क्या हो रहा था तब, जब ये जीत आ रही थी आपके पास?
थैंक यू सो मच रोहित। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई एम रियली ऑनर्ड। बहुत ही खुशी हो रही है कि मैं इस प्लेटफॉर्म में हूँ। सो मैं हिंदी इंग्लिश मिला के बात करूंगा, मेरा हिंदी बहुत ही खराब है। सो
चलेगा चलेगा, नो प्रॉब्लम।
guys, just everyone just please bear with me. So thank you so much first of all to Vaman Matters and to Rohit for this amazing opportunity to interact with you all. I'm really grateful, really happy that our film is doing well and it's reaching and is crossing boundaries, and I'm glad that you also found the film interesting. So I have uh, सो मैं जब ये फिल्म बना रहा था लास्ट ईयर, बहुत ही एक पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से, बहुत ही एक पर्सनल जगह से ये फिल्म बनी है। So this film actually started, the seed of this film started a few years back when a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, got married, but I wasn't invited to his wedding. And I was wondering what happened and why I was not invited, and it really broke my heart. But then few months later, I came to know that he actually came out to his parents. He was gay, and he came out to his parents, and that's when they hurriedly and secretly got him married. And this was a time when section 377 was very much there in our country. तो तभी भी क्राइम था, होमोसेक्सुअलिटी क्राइम था तब। तो बहुत ही तकलीफ हुआ मुझे एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग। कुछ आई कुडंट डू मच एट दैट टाइम। आई फेल्ट रियली हेल्पलेस। बट देन years later, that incident started haunting me as a person, and I decided that now is the time to tell the story, to share the story with the world. So when I made the film, it was from a place of pain. It was from a place of like I was facing a lot of trouble as a human being, and that's why I decided to make it. And I got some wonderful people together. So एक कहावत है कि अगर किसी चीज को आप दिल से करोगे तो वो दिल तक पहुंचेगा। तो आई थिंक दिस हैज हैपेंड टू आवर फिल्म एज वेल। Till since last year, when we started the festival run, our world premiere happened at Bangalore Queer Film Festival on August, first week of August, and it has been screening since then at various film festivals. We have been to more than 40 international film festivals, till the point, as you said, it is going to be screened at Bangalore International Short Film Festival next month, which is an Academy Award qualifying festival in Indian competition with 15 other films. And it's screening also this Saturday at Kashish International Queer Film Festival, which is happening virtually. So on from 7 p.m. and it will be screened for 24 hours. So when the screenings are happening और जब लोग इससे इतना अच्छा respond कर रहे हैं, तो I am as a human being, तो as a filmmaker, तो मतलब I think my friend is happy. I know my friend is happy because I mean I know that I mean he's always there with his support. He has always been there with his support, and I think this film is totally made for everyone who did not have the courage to come out, did not have the courage to live life as they want because they face a lot of social stigma. So I am glad that our film is doing its job in actually creating conversation, in actually creating a narrative, a dialogue, which I think is the most important thing at the moment, and at the current world that we live in, which is filled with so much tension, so much trouble because of the coronavirus pandemic, because of a lot of other issue, be it the political climate of our country, be it the socio-economic structure of the country, everything. I think films are very important. Storytelling is very important, and that is the only way that the world will progress, and that our wounds, जो हमारे जो अंदर जो भी wounds है, वो सब heal होंगे through cinema. So this film is, I think, very important at a point like this.
एक मैं थोड़ा ध्यान कास्ट के ऊपर डालना चाहूँगा, जो आपने जो एक्टर्स लिए हैं एक्ट करने के लिए। मैंने ऐसे भी देखा कि जो जब ट्रेलर देखा मैंने शुरुआत में, आई डोंट नो वो कौन है, लेकिन वो जो एक
और
डायलॉग बोलते हैं, वो खुद एक फिल्म मेकर है, और उन्होंने 2019 में एक फिल्म बनाई थी, जो इसके उसके आई थिंक सो डैड है। तो जो उनका
मनोज
एक डायलॉग,
मुश्किल,
हाँ 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 हाँ,
मनोज
राइट
मुश्किल,
राइट राइट राइट। तो
yes.
उनका, और उसके बाद जो जो ट्रेलर जैसे जैसे आगे प्रोसीड हुआ, तो आपने ये कैरेक्टर्स लाए कैसे? क्योंकि लिए मैं इसलिए पूछना चाहता हूँ कि हेट्रोसेक्सुअल जो एक बंदा रहता है या कोई भी, वो एक ऐसा एक गे का किरदार रहे, या
Hmm.
ऐसे एक प्रकार का एलजीबीटी में से जो भी एक किरदार हो, वो निभाने को बहुत हिचकिचाते हैं, ऐसे बोल के नहीं नहीं ये तो नहीं हो पाएगा। तो फिर आपने एकदम बराबर तरीके से कैसे चुना कि हाँ भाई ये इसके लिए ये ठीक है, और ये क्या आपने प्रोसेस ली थी कि आपको, और जिसकी वजह से एकदम अच्छा एक्टिंग इफेक्ट आया आपके जैसे विजन थॉट प्रोसेस में था? तो सिलेक्शन कैसे किया आपने एक्टर्स का, वो बताइए आप।
So, actually, first of all, the protagonist of our film, Miss Man, has been played by Orgho Adhikari. So, Orgho is actually a gay man himself. So, and Orgho or Ratrish, who played a mentor character, they are all from the queer community. And Tomogno also. Monozda is not, Bimol is not, who played Orgo's lover. Uh, so I, first of all, I believe when I'm making a film on the queer community, I believe in casting actors from the community itself. Because I feel community में बहुत सारे talented लोग हैं. मेरा एक सिंपल सा हिसाब है कि अगर आपको फिल्म बनानी है किसी किसी इशू के ऊपर, किसी थीम के ऊपर, तो ऐसे लोगों के साथ बनाना है मुझे जो कि वो जिंदगी जी चुका है और जी चुकी है, क्योंकि दे हैव टू हैव, बिकॉज कैमरा ऑलवेज कैप्चर्स अ लाइफ, यू नो। कैमरा में क्लोजअप्स है, कैमरा में मिड शॉट्स है, तो कैमरा रियली comes closer to the eye of the actor who is playing it. And if you have not lived the life, an audience will know that he's faking it. And when the audience knows that a person is faking an emotion, they automatically get disconnected from the film. Because for me, acting is 60% of the film, and then comes cinematography, or very important part, editing, sound design, everything is very important, everything makes a film. But I think casting is the most important part after the script. सो अगर मैं कास्ट ठीक तरह से नहीं करूंगा तो फिल्म बिल्कुल नहीं अच्छी नहीं बनेगा। तो जब मैंने लिखना शुरू किया, स्क्रिप्ट लिखना शुरू किया, when I finished it, I sent the script. The protagonist was not cast. So after I finished writing the script, I sent this to Payal, who played a sex worker in the film, and she has been my regular collaborator for in the past also. I worked with her before, and when she read the script, the first thing she asked me that who is playing the protagonist, Mano. The character's name was Mano. Who is playing Mano? So I said that I don't know. I still haven't found it. And if I don't find Mano, the actor who will play Mano, I might not make the film. So she then thought for a while and she said that I know someone who can actually fit the part, but that person is not an actor. He's a school teacher. He teaches in a school in Calcutta. So I was like, okay, I mean, ठीक है, send me the picture. But when Payal sent me the picture, it was from the Pride Walk of Kolkata last year, actually 2018. And it was just the picture of him with the, in the poster is there with the wings, the Miss Man poster. And when I saw that when I saw that picture of Orgo, I was like, this is the guy. This I want him in the film. यही इसके लिए शायद मैंने स्क्रिप्ट लिखा है. So then I asked Pyle that can you get in touch with me, and Orgo never acted before, neither on stage nor in front of the camera. He just did a theater workshop, and he does modeling also occasionally, but he's not an actor. So I got in touch with Orgo through Pyle, and Orgo said that I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do it because I have my school also during weekdays. I said that we'll shoot on weekends. We all have work. We'll shoot on weekends. We'll find time. We'll make time for you. But he was still hesitant. I told him to read the script. आप script पढ़ो, उसके बाद आप decision लोगे. So he came for a narration. I read the entire script to him, and the first thing that Orgo told, with a smile and with little bit tears in his eyes, that how did you know my story? This is me from 5 years back. ये तो मेरा ही कहानी तुमने लिखा है script में. कैसे तुमने लिख दिया? And that really moved me a lot. And then I realized that अभी तो मतलब we connected. Now we are talking. And then it was very organic. So after Orgo came on board, a lot of the script actually evolved. So what you see in the film, जब आप film देखेंगे, आपको पता चलेगा कि स्क्रिप्ट में अगर आप पढ़ेंगे और फिल्म आप देखेंगे तो कितना डिफरेंस है. वो इसलिए है कि ऑर्गो गॉट इन्वॉल्व्ड एंड ही एक्चुअली हेल्प मी टू गिव अ लॉट ऑफ विजुअल डायरेक्शन. He told me stories of himself, of his own struggle, of his own life, and of his own experiences with other people, and that all came into the visually into the script. So the montage, a lot of things, a lot of the structure, also the form. Usually I'm someone who sticks to the script, who does storyboard, who is very particular about what I'm going to shoot. But in this film, we improvised a lot. This is the first time in a film I improvised so much. And it is for Orgo. And then, of course, through Orgo, I met Ratrish. Her character was just, एक छोटा सा scene था, एक train में. So when I met her, such an inspiring woman she is, and she's a trans woman. So when I met her, and just started talking to her, I got a lot of ideas, and I said that I'm missing out on golden opportunity. There might be more to this scene. And so before shoot, almost like 7-8 days before the shoot, her scenes were written. और उसका सीन बहुत सारे फिल्म फेस्टिवल में उनके जो सीन है, रात्रिश का जो सीन्स है, बहुत पसंद आया लोगों को. और वो सीन मेरा भी बहुत फेवरेट है. उनका एक पर्टिकुलर सीन जो ट्रेलर में भी है, जहां पर where she says that I work in an office, and she said that really. I said, why? You don't believe it? So that scene is so beautiful because it felt like I was shooting a documentary at times. It didn't feel like I'm shooting a film, a scripted movie. It felt like I was shooting a documentary. And I just had to explain Orgo or Ratrish. None of them acted before, but I just had to explain the technicalities of filming. यहाँ पर खड़े होना है, कैमरा की इस तरफ लुक देना है, उस तरफ देखना है, यहाँ पर मार्क है, वगैरह वगैरह. But बाकी सब एकदम, it was real, it was raw. And with Monozda, as you said, is a Manoj Michigan. He's an actor, he's a director, and he has directed some very successful Bengali films also, including 89, which many of you have seen maybe. Ami Joy Chatterjee, and a few other films which were all commercially successful and critically acclaimed as well. So I got him on board, and he's a all directors are, I think, apart from me, all directors are good actors. They have to be good actors because you have to explain the actor, the what kind of performance you need. So Manojda is an excellent actor, and his film just had released by then when I was finished writing the script. And I saw his performance in his film. He did a small part in his own film, and I said that this has to be the father. So when I was writing the film, Manojda, Bimal, Payal, they were all in my mind. But Orgo, Ratrish, Tomogno, who played Orgo's Orgo's friend when he was young, Orgo's mentor when he was young, Tomogno played that part, and a dancer in the film, classical dance she did. So it was beautiful. And the collaboration, the whole collaboration with the actors in this film, the child, the young guy, Riddhish Dhar, who played Orgo's younger version. I have never seen a way more spontaneous kid than him. He's a discovery, and most of the times he was helping us with the shooting. He was helping us behind the scenes, which usually doesn't happen because children are usually restless. They are like, कब मेरा shot खत्म होगा, मैं घर जाऊंगा, वगैरह वगैरह. लेकिन he was like, I want to. So I think he might become a filmmaker in the future. I don't know. I mean, he seems promising. So it was a beautiful collaboration, and I am very lucky to work with some of the most incredible people in front of the camera and off camera as well. Tuhin, who did the cinematography, Probir, his assistant, Amir Da, who edited the film, Sunny, who graded it, Anindita, Adip, who did the sound design, beautiful because sound is very important for me in a film. Abhiraj Das Ghosh, whose song we used, and of course Abhiraj Sen, who did the music, the background score. So I think, I mean, usually the saying goes that it takes a village to make a film, but we didn't have a village. We had 7, 8 people. But I think it was a beautiful catharsis, and I would just give anything to go back and just live that experience again.
आपके जब शूट चल रहा था पूरा का पूरा, तब के कुछ मज़ेदार किस्से या कौन से एकदम हार्ट टचिंग मोमेंट्स या एकदम सौरव वाले मोमेंट्स बिहाइंड द सीन्स जो रहता है ना, या कुछ गड़बड़ या तनाव तनाव का माहौल, आपको लगा नहीं यार ये तो अभी हाथ के बाहर जा रहा है, ये गया तो अब गया सब कुछ, नहीं ये तो एकदम बढ़िया हो रहा है या क्या ऐसे ही चाहिए था, तो क्या है, आप प्लीज वो भी शेयर कीजिए, वो भी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है लोगों को जानने के लिए.
So I think, so as I said, because of the right kind of people being involved in the film, and also the people who actually from where we took our light equipments, Kartik Da, his team also, all of them were such wonderful people on the set that it was smooth from that side. But I think a few things which happened, I'd like to share, are two incidents actually. So the place, the portions, the scenes where we show Orgo's house, the protagonist's house. That was the last couple of days of our shoot. We shot the film over 4 days, and that was the last couple of days we were shooting. And sometimes, because of lack of budget, lack of resources, sometimes we cannot take permission like that. We cannot have that kind of permission or that kind of paperwork. We have to just go and shoot and just get out of there before we realize, before the people who live there realize. So I have been trained in that way. I have made my films that way only. Because if you apply for permission, India में तो वो आने से आपको मतलब आप 2 फिल्म पिक्चर और बना लोगे, तो आप इंतजार ही नहीं कर सकते हो. Either you make it, it's not like abroad, where you have the systematic work. It usually takes a lot of time to get things. So you have to just do it. And इसके बाद भी आपको परमिशन मिलेगा इसका गारंटी नहीं. So you have to find your ways of shooting films. यहाँ पर जो हुआ था कि जिस घर में हम लोग शूट कर रहे थे, they were all nice people, of course, and I did a Reiki with my cinematographer also, and we chalked out where we'll shoot. The storyboard was done accordingly and everything. But there are always a few things which usually happens on the day of shoot that you can't predict. So when we were shooting, after we were almost done, thankfully we were almost done, and we were actually racing against nature because बहुत ही जोर से बारिश आने वाला था उस दिन, मुझे याद है. अगर बारिश आ गया तो वो सीन खत्म नहीं होगा, और अगर सीन खत्म नहीं होगा तो I don't have the money to hire equipments, camera, everything and shoot another day. I have to get it done somehow, and if I don't get those shots, the scene cannot be edited. Then the shots wouldn't cut. So I have to get the shots. They're very important. And I'm not someone who overshoots also. I know exactly what shots I want. And I have to get those. And then I go if I need some extra shot for some edit thing or whatever. So just when we have like half an hour work left, suddenly someone started shouting in that property. And they were like, what the hell is going on? And that person suddenly woke up, as if it seems like he's woke up. He's observing that shoot is going on and everything. Suddenly his inner anger came out. It erupted. And I was like, and actually my actors before, since they have not acted before, and we were shooting in very, like, there was a lot of pressure होता है उस दिन में, तो आप कुछ ध्यान नहीं दे, चुपचाप अगर एक सेट में अगर if there is no peace, then you can't work properly. So, and it's not that I have 10 assistants who can go and just tell them that, हाँ, roko, we shoot चल रहा है, ये करो, वो करो. We are our own assistant. We have to multitask. So somehow I told an actor of my set who did not have a shot that time, Bimol. I told him that just go and talk to that guy and engage him in a conversation, random conversation, showering him with praises about his mustache, about his hair, whatever. Just talk to him, and it was very funny. And he did that, and he struck a conversation. And eventually, that person actually, like, became our friends. Became our friend at the end of the shoot. So we won him over. And later on, I mean, वो मान गए. So we had to apply our strategy. So sometimes these things happen, which really make you, like, which is you have to just act instinctively. और एक memorable जो incident हुआ था, I think I'll remember this for a long time. Actually, I'm sharing this for the first time, I think, on a platform. When we were shooting a scene in North Kolkata, so there was a house we shot in, and that house also we didn't take permission from before, and that the residents of the house were kind enough to let us shoot also. I'm like, can we just take one shot from the balcony? And like, yeah, please go ahead and just come in and just shoot. So we went inside, and it was just one of those old houses, and you'd see those houses in films of Mrinal Sen from the 80s, and involving joint family and everything. And so there are many people who live in those houses, many families, and they are not related, but they live there on rent and all that. So as we started shooting, since we did not light up those scenes, we had to depend on natural light, and there was a bulb on the balcony, and our cinematographer Tuhin said that it would be great if that bulb can be switched on, and that bulb's switchboard was not outside in the common area, in the common passage. That switchboard is inside the house of another resident. And I told one of my actors, again, Bimal helped us a lot also in the production. He went up to that house, knocked very politely, and there was this old man who was sleeping, and I don't know, probably he has been there probably for years, and he hardly comes out. You can make out, and he just said that Bimal asked him politely, "Can I just switch on the switch? Can I just switch on the light of the outside the common passage?" And he said that, "Yes, just can you do one thing for me? I'll let you do that." He said, "What?" He said that, "Can you take a picture of me? Because no one takes a picture of me. आप मेरा तस्वीर खींच दो." And that really touched me. And I still, when I think it, I have goosebumps. मुझे आंखों में आंसू आ गए थे तब, कि फिल्म मेकिंग जब आप करते हो, जब आप फिल्म बनाते हो, तब ये छोटा छोटा इंसिडेंट आपको इंसान के तौर पे आपको बेटर करता है. कि हम बहुत सारी चीजों को लेकर कंप्लेन करते हैं कि इंटरनेट क्यों नहीं है, वो क्यों नहीं है, ये कपड़ा क्यों नहीं है, वो आईफोन क्यों नहीं है, लैपटॉप क्यों नहीं है. बट just this, imagine this old man. He just only has one thing. Can you click a picture of me? Just can you picture me? What story he must have had? What a life he must have had, and what a lonely man, probably. So these are little things which make you aware as a filmmaker, and I make films to go through those experiences. And this is a beautiful experience which I'll remember. This is something which probably जब मैंने share किया, तब भी जो पूरा emotion है, शायद मैं शायद मैं convey नहीं कर सका, but it really made me as aware of a lot of things, little things in life that we often miss out as a human being. So I think this is a very memorable incident I have had experienced ever in my life. So filmmaking, we make films to live those moments actually.
आपने फिल्म मेकिंग, स्क्रीन राइटिंग या स्क्रिप्ट्स लिखना, मैंने ऐसा पढ़ा कि आप परदेश में गए थे ये सब कुछ सीखने के लिए, तो वहाँ का एक्सपीरियंस और इसमें कुछ वैल्यू ऐड हुआ कि ऑब्वियसली हुआ ही रहेगा, लेकिन वहाँ पे कुछ आपने देखा, कुछ अजीब, कुछ खूबसूरत, या लगता है कि आम मतलब कॉमन मैन को नहीं पता है और आपको लगता है कि हाँ शेयर करना चाहिए, शायद से किसके दिमाग में बत्ती जल सकती है?
Definitely. So, as you mentioned, I actually studied screenwriting from Vancouver Film School. मैं राइटिंग पढ़ने के लिए गया था वहां पर 1 साल के लिए. Or, of course, I met a lot of beautiful people there who actually helped me to grow as a person. And while I was in abroad, my father passed away that time also, and I couldn't come back during that time. And it was a very rough year for me overall. Um, a year which I thought that will get the worst out of me. But actually, a lot of good things happened. I met a lot of people, and they are the reason why actually I'm making films today, why I have matured as a filmmaker. Sometimes you go to study somewhere in an institution, but sometimes like it really happens that you get more than just the education. You meet a lot of people, you make a lot of friends for life, and many of them has actually helped me also in the script for Miss Man. They have provided their inputs. So when I write the script, I send them the script, give me notes, give me feedback, and just tell me what is bad, what is good, whatever. And they have helped me. So they have worked as script editors in the film, script doctors for the film. And you meet these collaborators, and I think it just made me grow as a person. More than, of course, I learned a lot about the craft of writing. Needless to say that, because I really got lucky that I get to learn from some of the best people in the business. But definitely, it has helped me to grow as a person, because the people I met, not only in school, not only in the film school, but outside the film school also. People I might have met at a restaurant, people I might have met just at a street, and that he might have had just a small conversation. I have seen many people sing on the street, which sometimes don't have, which definitely don't happens there much in our country. But they're singing. They're homeless, but they're happy. They're happily singing. So when you see those people, you meet those people, you realize that how small you are as a human. You know, we always crave things which are materialistic, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but what matters is that you are happy as a person. Of course, I mean, I understand that money is important, and I had to spend days when I didn't have money to buy proper food. But I realized that more than money, you need to live a life which you can be proud of, which you can be happy about. And that is something that the experience that 1 year has taught me. And of course, after making film, as I just shared the experience before also, this is something which actually, for me, every film I make is a film school in itself. Every script I write is a film school in itself, because I go through multiple emotion while writing it, while making the film. So I think, yeah, definitely. I mean, film school for me, or any institution for me. Before that, I studied also mass communication videography in St. Xavier's College in Calcutta. There also, I mean, it was the same 3 years of me discovering world cinema, of me discovering great films, me meeting a lot of, making mistakes by making amateur films. And probably if I hadn't made those films, if I hadn't made those mistakes in those amateur films, I would not have made a Miss Man. I would not have made the Demon, which I made before Miss Man. So I think those films are really uh, very important for me. That you make mistakes in life, and probably institutions like these helps you, lets you make those mistakes, because once you are in the professional world, you hardly have opportunities to make mistakes, because people hire you because they want the best from you. This is the time when you can afford to make mistakes. So thankfully, I made those mistakes, and I learned from those mistakes, and now I am not doing those mistakes. So I think uh, this is pretty much my learning over the years.
10 साल पहले के टीजी और अभी
Yeah.
के टीजी है, तो जो अभी के
Hmm.
टीजी है वो 10 साल पहले के टीजी को क्या मशवरा देना चाहते हैं, या आपको क्या लगता है कि उसने तब नहीं करना चाहिए था, और उसने तब क्या सोचना था दिमाग में?
वेल, आई मीन 10 साल का तो पता नहीं है, 8 साल बोलूंगा, क्योंकि आई थिंक आई एम जस्ट 27 years old now. you know so I think I actually wanted to be a writer first and then a filmmaker. I have been writing and learning classical painting actually from when I was 5 years old. I started learning painting. and I have actually won a lot of awards for my paintings, and my paintings have also been exhibited at different places in the city and outside the city couple of times. So I always was very keen. I think there was a storyteller in me right from a very young age. When I was in the ninth standard in school, 9 or 10. First, initially, like every one of us do, we are exposed so much to Bollywood cinema because we watch Bollywood movies the most first than anything else, than even English films or world cinema. तो बात की दूर की बात है. तो मुझे तो सब जब मैं छोटा था तब मुझे शाहरुख खान बनना था, तब मुझे आमिर खान बनना था, फिल्म एक्टर बनना था मुझे. जैसा होता है कि आप लोग देखते हैं कि मुझे भी ऐसा ही बनना है, मुझे भी फॉरेन कंट्री में जाके शूट करना है, जैसे एक बच्चों का एक एक सोच होता है. But after eventually when I started actually also writing stories, that was when I was in class 9, 10, 8, actually class 8. I realized that this is something that I want to do, tell stories. And usually the actor, the thought in me of becoming an actor disappeared, even, of course, quite early. And after my 10th standard, because you usually have a break when you apply, after you the complete your exams in the 10 माध्यमिक परीक्षा जो होता है, उसके बाद आपको 2-3 महीने का एक गैप मिलता है before you start your 11th, before you start studying for your 11th standard. So there I watched a lot of films, Bengali films of Satyajit Ray. When I was growing up, the only films of Satyajit Ray I saw was the children films he made. Feluda, Detective Feluda films, Joy Baba Felunath and Shonar Kella, The Golden Fortress and Elephant God, and the Gupi Bagha films, Gupi Gain and Bagha Bain, and the Kingdom of Diamonds, Hirok Rajat Deshe. Those are the two films because the songs used to play on radio and all that, and I was a 90s kid, so radio was a big thing. And that was the only films I was exposed to. But after, when I started watching his serious work, like I started watching seriously the Apu trilogy. Of course, I've seen Apu trilogy before also. When I discovered Pather Panchali again, I realized that then that thought came to me that who is this man? Who is this man whose mind is working in such a way that he's being able to create such images for us, able to tell stories like this, able to touch our lives through the characters that he's creating. So the directorial aspect of it, the realization, वो चेतना मेरे अंदर शुरू हुआ, वो जिज्ञासा शुरू हुआ उसके बाद. और देखते देखते मैं बहुत सारे फिल्म देखना शुरू किया, ऋतिक घटक का फिल्म्स, मृणाल सेन, सत्यजीत रे, even lot of masters, lot of Indian masters. English films तो देखता ही था, गुरुदत्त का films obviously. So film देखते 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 जब 11-12 में मैं था, 11 का शुरू हुआ, I started publishing this little magazine called Bengali magazine called Swarnoporni, which means the golden leaves. So when I started publishing that and bringing it out for the book fair, I got great response. Like people were appreciating our work. And I used to illustrate also some of the stories. I wrote for the magazine also 2-3 stories, short stories. And actually, I also started illustrating, started painting for those stories. And then I realized when I was in class 12, those days DSLR cameras are not there. Handycam used to be handycam because शादी में जब लोग shoot करते थे handycam की तरह करते थे. Wedding photography, wedding videography didn't exist that time. It was all through videography, and you have a light. Someone used to throw the light, and when you were eating, someone used to take the handycam. You have faced that yourself, I'm sure. So I had an uncle who used to run a videography store, who used to rent out the cameras that time, video handycam. And I thought that while illustrating a story, I thought that why not just, instead of me illustrating it, why not I shoot it actually? Take a friend of mine, take a couple of friends of mine, and just shoot it. Let's see how it feels. And I remember 31st July, 2014. Yeah, no, sorry, 2011. I'm sorry, 2011 was the first time I took a first shot for anything I've made. Of course, it didn't get completed, but the film bug, जो कीड़ा है, वो film bug really bit me hard. And I realized that this is fun. अरे ये तो बहुत मजे की चीज है. शायद मैं जिंदगी भर ये करूँ तो कितना अच्छा होगा. So and I started, like writing script and just going out with friends. And then I, of course, got into St. Xavier's College. I passed that exam, passed the interview. My parents wanted me to study engineering, like any middle class Bengali or middle class Indian family does. Once a doctor बनना है, engineering बनना है. So it was it. I was like बहुत झगड़ा किया और I convinced them that no, this is something I want to do. It's not easy. I've been lucky that my parents agreed to allowed me to do that, and that's how it actually it started happening. And those 3 years changed my life when I made so many amateur work, attempted many amateur work, learned mistakes, saw I got exposed to world cinema. So now looking back at those 3 years, like जैसा आपने पूछा कि 10 साल पहले, I think for me it was like earlier I used to think a lot before doing something. मैं बहुत सोचता था कि अगर ये करूंगा तो वो क्या होगा, ये क्या होगा, वगैरह वगैरह. I think I just wanted to say that don't think too much. Just do it. Just make mistakes and just do it. अगर आप, no one is going to tell your story. This is something which Anurag Kashyap said in an interview, that nobody owes it to you. You owe it to yourself. Whatever the story that the film I want to make, I have to make it. Nobody else will say that ये लो पैसे लो, ये बनाओ, आपके लिए मैं इंतजार कर रहा हूँ. कोई नहीं बोलने वाला है आपको. आपको खुद का जो स्टोरी है वो आपको ही बोलना है. तो अगर आप नहीं बोलोगे तो वो नहीं बनेगा, फिल्म नहीं बनेगा. तो वही मैं अपने आप को, यंगर वर्जन को बोलना चाहूंगा कि जस्ट डोंट थिंक टू मच, डोंट थिंक अबाउट कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस कि क्या अच्छा बनेगा क्या नहीं बनेगा. क्योंकि अभी आप जो कर रहे हो, when you are just like trying to like get better by making a student film or making an amateur film, just do it. Nobody cares. You are not out to make a masterpiece or not out to make an Oscar winning film anyway. You just make a film, do mistakes, don't show it to the world. Just see it yourself and find the mistakes and don't make it next time. So you have to keep making till you have like that confidence that now I'm ready to do something which really, I mean, I'm just ready. You will feel it. वो अंदर से आवाज आएगा आपको कि now you are ready. और बहुत साल लग जाते हैं अगर आप मतलब बहुत लोग तो है जो पहले फिल्म में ही अच्छा करते हैं, of course, I mean, but I think I learned by making mistakes. And I think you have to do it. You have to just do it. I mean, can't think too much about consequences will happen anyway. Because nobody likes a film completely. There's not a single film in the world which everyone likes. Everyone likes a film, everyone dislikes a film. The ratio is clear. So just do it, because people will say bad things about your film even if you give your best. So इतना सोचने वाला नहीं है. जो कहानी आपको कहना है, जो कहानी आपको शेयर करना है दुनिया के साथ, वो आप करो. That's it. Just do. That's it.
हर एक कामयाब व्यक्ति का एक डर रहता ही है जिंदगी में, एक फियर रहता है. तो आपके जिंदगी का क्या फियर है? अगर आप कंफर्टेबल हो तो आप शेयर कर सकते हो.
Sure. I think the only fear I have at the moment, I think it might change also in the future depending on the situation. I think the only fear I have is that one day I wake up and I have no story to tell. I just feel that I lose my ability to tell a story. I think both are related. So I would say, just if I feel that I cannot tell a story anymore, I cannot make a film. Like, I have the biggest fear I have is, what if I become blind? That is something I really feel very strongly about. मैं अगर अंधा हो जाऊंगा, शायद मैं फिल्म बनाऊंगा, क्योंकि there have been instances where many people, instead of overcoming all odds and obstacles in life, they have made films. Many great masters have made films on the deathbed also. So I have a plan. What if I lose ability? What if I can't see someday? Because these eyes are my window to the soul of another person. Because for me, I make films which are character study, जो character के journey को follow करता है. मैं ऐसे ही film बनाता हूँ. For me, the human face is a landscape of emotion. तो अगर मेरा आँख नहीं रहेगा, if I go blind someday, what will I do? I will not be able to see the emotion on a person's face, or see the world, the beauty of nature, whatever. So actually, it is all related to the fact that what if I cannot tell a story. One fine day, wake up in the morning and I feel that I cannot just make films. I don't know how to make a film. I know that is very difficult to understand, but it is actually a very philosophical thought in a way, that what if I just lose my ability to make cinema, and that really haunts me. And so I am not usually. Also, this is something that I want to tell my younger self, that don't rush, don't hurry. टाइम लगता है, हर प्रोजेक्ट को एक टाइम लगता है, 1 साल 2 साल 3 साल वेट करो, पेशेंस पेशेंस बनाए रखो, ज्यादा ज्यादा एक के बाद एक काम करना नहीं है, रिसर्च करो, let the film also grow within it. Just don't rush in telemaking a film. So of course, I mean, having if I have that fear, of course, it might feel that I might be in some rush to make more films. But actually, for me, it's like to protect myself, from certain people, from certain from certain things in which I see around me, and just protect myself, protect my sanity, protect because I mean, any artist, any filmmaker, any writer, any painter, anyone uh, will be will be very insecure, will be very vulnerable, because they always have a fear of losing their ability. Because I feel that I become the most powerful person in the world when I'm making a film. And I have a lot of responsibility on me as a filmmaker to tell other people's story. बहुत लोग फिल्म नहीं बना सकते. मैं अगर घर के बाहर जाऊंगा तो जो the person who like probably who is just like just walking outside my house, he might not make a film, but he wants to tell a story. So I am actually helping him in a way to tell his story in some film, in some story. So I think I am very responsible. I have to be responsible. And this whole pandemic has taught me that life is fragile. Anything can happen any moment. Like we are now, from March, we are forced to stay inside our houses. Who's thought that this will happen? So we have to be very ready, we have to be prepared, and we cannot take anything for granted. So we have to just be our best and be very polite, be down to earth, be sympathetic and empathetic to people, and just be patient, be a good listener. So I think this is something which I really believe in, and which I think I will definitely I definitely fear of losing my ability to tell a story. So a lot of things come with it, but this is what haunts me the most.
आपके दिमाग को और शरीर को आप बढ़िया रखने के लिए, एकदम संतुलित रखने के लिए आप क्या करते हो? क्योंकि एक फिल्म मेकर हो आप, आपको बहुत सारी मूवमेंट करनी पड़ती है, एकदम अलर्ट रहना पड़ता है, तो आप कैसे संभालते हो आप खुद को?
Well, I think the two things that I do every day is read a book. Not entirely a book, obviously, parts of a book. I read because you have to read Bengali books, fiction, non-fiction, English non-fiction, whatever it is, and at least watch a film. Or even if I don't feel like watching a film, I watch a documentary maybe on YouTube, on Netflix, on Amazon, whatever. I mean, whatever I find good. I watch a lot of documentaries actually, as a matter of fact, because I think it inspires me a lot as a human being, as a research, because I can explore a lot of world through documentaries, which I usually don't get to see otherwise. And I think, or if I don't even see a film or don't see a documentary, I watch scenes from my favorite films. That is a kind of a meditation for me. It's a very strange, and films which calms you from within, like a scene, say for example a film, a film by Bergman, for example, which will calm you, which will calm your soul. Or a film by, say, I saw this recent film called Portrait of Lady on Fire, by Céline Sciamma, and it's a French film. It's an incredible love story of two women from the past. It's a period film. It's beautiful, but it feels like it calms you as a soul, as a person. So watching films and reading books are my two strongest meditation. That keeps me happy. That keeps me healthy. That keeps my mind healthy. Whenever I feel low, whenever I feel sad, I either I pick up book and start reading, or if I don't feel like reading, I just watch a scene from a favorite film of mine. And I have this also weird habit actually. Many people also have it, I know, but watching Oscar acceptance speeches, people accepting Academy Awards, because sometimes they talk positive things, sometimes they speak very inspiring things, which will pull you up. Like I remember this beautiful acceptance speech by Viola Davis when she won for Fences a couple of years back, I believe. And she said something very inspiring about why storytelling is important and why she's thankful to have the job of telling a story. So the really inspiring things really pull me up if I am in a dark space. So I try to watch those and just to be positive, because you have to deal with so much negativity every day in many ways that it just seems never ending. But I think I try to do that, and these are a few things which I actually like to do to keep myself focused or to keep myself mentally and physically healthy, I guess.
आपके फैमिली का क्या रिएक्शन था आपकी इतनी ग्रोथ देख के? ग्रोथ मैं सक्सेस नहीं कहूँगा, मैं उसे ग्रोथ ही कहूँगा, क्योंकि फेलियर और सक्सेस से दोनों से ही ग्रोथ ही होती है। ये ग्रोथ देख के क्या बोला आपके फैमिली ने, क्या रिएक्शन कैसा था?
I think, as I said, when I was in 2015, actually, when I went abroad for my studies, I lost my father that time, and I lost my grandmother also 2 years before that, and they were my big supporters. I mean, they believed in me, in my dreams. So I just regret the fact that had they been alive, they would be really happy to see where I am, whatever work I am doing, because they couldn't see, uh, when I started doing a little good work, So I regret that, but I think somewhere I would like to say that they're happy about the fact that at least I have found my passion, because usually it takes years. Actually, you just say, when you say sometimes that you want to be a director, you want to be a writer, you want to be a painter or a singer, whatever, but actually it takes years to actually realize that this is what you want to do and to stick with that, because you start chasing a dream and then this business is so cruel that you lose the focus sometimes, and it has happened, and I've become very sad. Like, I've seen many actor friends who do not act anymore. They do a job which they don't like, but they have to run a family, so I understand their situation as well. But I wish that they were patient, little patient, So I think that patience and perseverance, when we say that your hard work has paid off, it's actually we are saying your patience has paid off. You have to be patient, because सालों लग जाते हैं कि आप जो चाहते हैं उससे आप उसको आप पहुंचे, उसको उसको वो पूरा हो. So I think the growth I feel the most is that me being patient and me not giving up, me sticking to what I believe in right from day one, and till the point, there's a long way to go, but at least I've stuck to what I believe in, and I think just this journey of me being a little bit lost and early on in life, and now just trying to understand that what I want more firmly and more confidently, without any fear, without any inhibition. I think that is really important, and that I think has been the character arc for me so far. So, you know.
अभी ये इंटरव्यू मैं यहाँ पे ही समाप्त कर रहा हूँ, और लेकिन लेकिन एक सवाल है, ये आखिरी सवाल है। आपको कुछ
Yeah.
मुझे सवाल है क्या?
Huh. Definitely, I have a question for you. Like, you are doing this amazing work. I have been following your work for a while now. After we met actually. So, what inspires you to do this? Like, what actually, when you meet such wonderful people and just make them talk, because making a people talk is also very beautiful, and asking the right question, and you ask the right question. I see your interviews, and they're so wonderful, they're so enriching. So how do you what exactly do you, when you talk to so many people, how do you see yourself change as a person through every interview? What goes on in your mind? That I wanted to know from you.
देखिए, इसका आंसर ऐसा है कि ऑर्डर और केओस, ओके, ये दोनों परमानेंट नहीं है ज़िंदगी में, लेकिन दर्शन करना, सीखना, लर्निंग करना, ये इनफाइनाइट है, ये चलता ही रहेगा, इसे कोई स्टॉप नहीं कर सकता। और मुझे मैंने ये इसलिए स्टार्ट किया कि ज़िंदगी में एक कहाना, मतलब ऐसा एक हमारा ऋण रहता है, एक कर्ज रहता है लोगों पे, कि आप भले रास्ते से चलते हो, आपको किसी ने धक्का नहीं दिया या किसी ने कोई तकलीफ नहीं दी, लेकिन आप चलते हो, आपकी भले ही किसी से दुश्मनी हो, लेकिन आप सुकून से जाते हो, सुकून से आते हो, ट्रेन से ट्रैवलिंग करते वक्त या कहाँ से भी। तो एक दिल में लगता है कि हाँ, लोगों ने भी कहाँ पे तो रोल किया मेरे ज़िंदगी में कि मेरी लाइफ बेटर हो। और एक ज़िंदगी में ऐसा लगता है कि एक प्लेटफॉर्म रहना चाहिए जहाँ पे एक आध दो लोगों की या जितने उतने लोगों की ज़िंदगी बदले। मुझे पता है बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स है जहाँ पे इससे भी बेहतर है, मतलब न्यूज़ चैनल्स है, अलग अलग मिलियन सब्सक्राइबर्स वाले यूट्यूब चैनल्स
And
भी
no,
है।
and I think
हाँ, नहीं
everyone
नहीं
is
नहीं,
different in their own way.
हाँ हाँ, तो आई फील दैट कि वहाँ से भी एक पर्सपेक्टिव मिस होता रहेगा शायद से,
बिल्कुल।
क्योंकि वहाँ से कुछ तो मिस होता रहेगा, क्योंकि और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि शायद शायद ये एक प्लेटफॉर्म हो जहाँ पे होप मिले लोगों को कि उनके जवाब मिले। और ऐसा बहुत
राइट।
बार कहा जाता है कि बचपन से कि भाई तू दुनियादारी में पढ़ मत, दुनियादारी अच्छी नहीं है, बहुत धोखा देती है दुनियादारी, और दर्द भी देती है और सुकून भी
बिल्कुल।
देती है। तो शायद से ये एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पे लोगों ने दुनियादारी की है और वो वहाँ से बाहर आके एक बढ़िया आदमी बन के, क्योंकि ह्यूमन और एनिमल्स में एक ही फ़र्क है, ह्यूमंस में एक क्षमता है स्ट्रेंजर को भी प्यार से ट्रीट करने के लिए, या एक एम्पैथी के आंखों से देखने के लिए, दैट मेक्स ह्यूमन डिफरेंट फ्रॉम एनिमल्स। मतलब ये एक चीज़ है,
एब्सोल्युटली।
टू बी फैक्ट, मतलब एनिमल्स बुरे
एब्सोल्युटली।
ऐसा नहीं है, एनिमल्स भी बढ़िया है। तो आई फील
एब्सोल्युटली।
दैट वो
एब्सोल्युटली।
क्षमता, वो एक इनफाइनाइट क्षमता है हर एक इंसान की जो ऊपर आनी चाहिए। तो
राइट।
इसलिए ये प्लेटफॉर्म स्टार्ट किया है, और इसलिए नाम वामन मैटर्स है कि हर आदमी में वो एक क्षमता है, यानी एक वामन है कि एक नैरो माइंडेड एटीट्यूड खुद का और दूसरों का भी तोड़ने के लिए। तो
हाउ
इसलिए मैंने
वंडरफुल।
स्टार्ट किया।
Oh, wonderful, and that's so empowering, and that is why I mean, this has been a long time since I saw someone asking the right questions and really getting to know the person who is being interviewed and have a conversation. And I think that is really empowering what you are doing. And I mean, I just want to tell everyone that to support Vaman Matters more, so that you can prosper, your channel can prosper. And I feel that people should really watch out for your phenomenal work, because I think, as you said, Vaman matters. So nothing can be more inspiring than it, because I think now, as I have been saying that through this interview, that we live in a time which is really vulnerable, which is really fragile, and we really need to understand each other more, because time is really short and we need to make the most of it. So thank you, Rohit, so much for doing this and for letting me speak and for helping me to tell my story also to all of you.
तो टीजी, मैं आपको टीजी बोलूँगा, और
Please,
मैं
yeah,
कहूँगा
better.
कहूँगा कि आपके बहुत बहुत दिल दिल से आभार मानता हूँ, इंक्लूडिंग पहले तो लोगों
Oh,
के भी, कि वो देख रही है एपिसोड। और मैं शायद से दिल से यही कहूँगा कि आपका भी समय मैंने बहुत अच्छी तरह से न्याय दिया होगा, मतलब अच्छा स्पेंड होने के लिए और लोगों का भी स्पेंड होने के लिए एक समय। और
बिल्कुल।
उसके साथ इतना ही कहूँगा, कीप वॉचिंग वामन मैटर, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए,
Absolutely.
और आपको जो भी कमेंट करना है कर सकते हैं नीचे, और बेल आइकॉन भी प्रेस कीजिए। तो यहाँ पे हम समाप्त होते हैं, लेकिन
And
रुकेंगे ज़रा।
everyone, please stay safe. Everyone, please
हाँ,
stay safe. Take all the precautions and stay indoors as much as you can. And I hope that all of you remain safe and healthy and really well in these times.
और मैं यही कहना चाहता हूँ कि आप ऐसे और शानदार मूवीज़ लाइए जो
Thank
हॉलीवुड
you.
क्या इंटरनेशनल तक जाएंगे, और आपकी
Thank you.
क्षमता
आपका
ऐसी
support चाहिए बस.
ज़िंदगी में आपकी क्षमता ऐसी ही आगे जाए और लोगों की भी आगे जाए, और इंसान को
Thank
कोई
you.
रोक नहीं सकता है। ये बहुत एक खूबसूरत चीज़ है। सो थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you so much. Thank you,
थैंक यू
Rohit.
सो
Means a
मच।
lot.
या, थैंक्स।